as promised on the webinar menu, we would like to show you a couple of different tools, and we've already shared some information with you for those who had the opportunity to look at the registration pack. We're going to show you what community maps is and why has it been used in citizen science projects. So you've been seeing different examples that Louise has been introducing with air and noise. Sorry, I'm going to just quickly check the chat that you can all hear myself, looks like. So Community Maps is a web-based interactive mapping platform, which is also mobile friendly or responsive and multilingual. And it's been used for a number of activities, but it allows to visualize and share complex information in a very easy to access and understand, like an easy to understand way. It can elicit local knowledge and also allows for transparent consultations, because there's this way to share information and capture information. It might inspire collective action, and it allows to gather public perceptions. But what can a map, or what can a map user or people do? So basically, there's a very intuitive interface that allows people to filter the information. So here on the left, you will have information organized in categories and subcategories, or it would enable people to look for information, whether freely using the search box or using the map. So looking for a location, or zooming in or out, clicking on a map entry. This is about consuming information, but people can also add information to the map very easily. So they will click on add contribution and choose the point on the map, a location, and add a point, a line, a polygon, pick the category they want to add the data to, and fill the corresponding information for that category. But people can also add media. So if someone's not very good at typing, they could also add an audio to the map entry. And also it enables people to comment on each other's map entries. So it enables conversations to happen. And what's behind all this? It's GeoKey. So here you will see on the background, you'll see the map that I've just shown you. And here you will see, how GeoKey looks like. And basically GeoKey is a database infrastructure which enables anyone without GIS knowledge to create bespoke maps with their desired categories, colors, or icons. And they can create maps which are private or public. So you can see here that you can create the categories that you'd like, and they will be displayed in community maps. So you would basically work like in the shadow using GeoKey, but then whatever you do in GeoKey will be seen using community maps, which is the mapping interface. You can assign people specific user permissions, like moderation permissions or administration permissions. And you can set the data to go live once people have added a point. It can go directly live, or it can go to moderation. So depending on your desire or the use that you're going to give the map to, you can have different permissions and different categories. It's completely bespoke. The second tool, and this is a quick flyby, but we'll have some time for questions and other things that you'd like to ask about community maps or GeoKey. The second tool is OdourCollect, which is the free app that we are using to report odor observations within the DNOSIS project. I don't know if you had a chance to look at the registration pack, but it's very easy to use, and then you need to just register. Then you click on add a new odor, and you'd be able to capture the location of the odor, how long has it been gone for, the type of odor, if you're able to identify whether it's wastewater or waste, the intensity and the hedonic tone. These different aspects mirror the scientific procedure or the traditional procedure to monitor odors, but it enables anyone to do it. And so it's a very simple and straightforward way to capture odor episodes. And I think Louise is going to show you the back end of this, or the dashboard, as we call it.
Thanks, Maria. Yeah, so just this is the last bit in terms of looking at the tools. So Maria's explained how the mobile application works, which anybody can download and use. But from, let's say, a local authority perspective, there's this administrative dashboard that is linked to the mobile application. And this administrative dashboard enables a local authority to designate an area of study or a survey area at different scales. And within that particular designated area, you can see here on this picture, all of the observations that are being made in OdourCollect can be viewed and visualized here, along with the application itself. But I think the strength, or let's say the innovation with regards to this particular system, is not only, let's say, the citizens generated observations, but it's also integrated with a system called ProLaw. And basically what that enables us to understand and get is combining the observation made by the citizen with meteorological data. So it includes topography and it includes wind speed. So if you see the kind of little red dot above Santa Adria, which was the observation that was made on the 15th of July, you'll see a series of little black dots going off to the right-hand side. So what that is telling us is when that observation was made on that day and that time, the wind direction was coming from these little dots. So with that, we can have an idea in relation to the odor would have been carried, let's say, in a packet of wind from here. Now, can we see within this geography what industries are actually existing in this particular locality, if any? And if so, because we have the timestamp, the date stamp, and also the direction, where we talk about engaging with all the stakeholders, the local authority can also speak to the industry and say, well, it appears that on certain days of the week or at certain times, there are a larger number of, let's say, complaints, we put it like that, in relation to odor. So what practices or what activities are you undertaking during those periods that seem to be generating this kind of citizen response? And then looking at the practices and saying, okay, what mitigation measures or what could be introduced to try and reduce the impact that this is having on the broader community. So it's again about combining the citizen-generated data with other data to try and understand what's happening, what's going on, and then obviously look at what measures could be introduced. So this kind of system, both the mobile application and dashboard, is supporting that. And as I think Hannah or Maria introduced, this is let's say, quite innovative in relation to odor, both in terms of engaging citizens in odor monitoring, but actually using this type of information to really try to reduce the impact that odor pollution might be having in a particular locality. And I mean, the back-end dashboard also has other features, so it gives you the statistics in relation to the number of observations, classifying them in relation to whether it's coming from wastewater, etc. So again, there are, you know, a range of other features which I'm not going to kind of go into, but more broadly, those are some of the kind of key functionality and features that are offered by the platform.